Hello, all. I am Tara. I am a spiritual teacher and coach. I've had my certification since 2010. And take a breath. It's been a long week, hasn't it? We are recording for February 1st. It is a Saturday, and it is a Pisces moon. Pisces is all about more. It doesn't really care if it's more chaos, more emotion, more love, more healing. It just wants more. And it's also, that's because it's ruled traditionally by Jupiter, but it's also modernly ruled by Neptune. And that means water, spirituality, expansion for both of those. So it could be a day that your emotions kind of feel all over the place, and that's okay. Allow them to be that way. And seeing we're just talking about emotions, let's do our check-in scale. Where are you on fear to love? No judgment, you're just trying to figure out where you are on that scale today in this moment. It might change in 5 minutes and it may not. There's also a video in the description that goes into more detail on how you can do your own scales, which I think is really important. And the other thing I want to do is mention Luna. She is the polar bear behind me, and she is holding love, light, and healing for those in awful situations right now. There is also a video in the description that I talk way more about how I have intended her and all of those beautiful things for her that she is holding for all of us. All right, so today, seeing it's going to be more and just expansion and kind of a whatever day, especially kind of astrologically and just in general, I thought it would be kind of fun to pull your cards today from Breaking the Rules Tarot. And because it's Breaking the Rules Tarot, it is, first of all, these cards are so different than traditional tarot cards. I'm only using the majors, and because we're breaking the rules, I threw in a few other cards that I particularly like. So there is that, and it's about giving us different perspectives. This has actually become one of my favorite decks, and you guys, I don't do a lot of tarot on here. I've read tarot for years privately, but I don't do a lot on here. But every once in a while, I like to bring these cards out to kind of force us to look at things just a little bit differently. And so as I'm shuffling, I do have membership. I have private sessions to see what you want to focus on this year. And I'm also offering classes, and I'm really excited. I chose to offer a class on how to deal with chaos, to be resilient and to thrive on President's Day. I cannot think of a better class to do than on President's Day of this month. And so the link is in the description below. If you can't make that class, there is other dates available, but I would love to see you. I would love to see you whenever, but I would really love to see you on President's Day. All right, so what do the Breaking Tarot have for you today on February 1st? And we're going to do 3 cards today. No, 4. All right. So we have the 5 of Wands, but all of these wands, because it's breaking the rules of tarot, are all things that we were taught that were correct about reading the tarot. And we are feeding them into the rumor mill. So, for example, you have to wrap your deck in silk. Don't rifle shuffle. Marry only one deck, which means you're only using your one deck. Ask only one question at a time. You can't do another question. And don't break the rules. And there is definitely, especially when I learned Tarot, these were very much in what I was kind of taught. Maybe not quite all of them, but definitely the majority of them. But they're being fed into the rumor mill of saying, what beliefs or what truths were you being told that was a rumor that isn't true for you now? Think about that in your life. And maybe it was something you told yourself. What are you going to feed into the rumor mill to grind it up and say, I'm done with it? Because this is like a coffee grinder. So you're going to put it in. You're grinding it up. You're not believing it anymore. Think about where that is in your life. Oh, I am so glad this card came up. I was hoping it would. Okay, so let's go with this one first. Again, these are so different than any of the other decks that I've read or that I've seen. These are a fun deck. Okay, so this is the Six of Cups. And this, I love this interpretation because it's all about like, and I don't know if you can read it, but it's like Paris and the cups. And so it always reminds me of that saying of, we'll always have Paris. Of looking back at a more positive time. Looking back at glamorizing the past. Where are you glamorizing your own past? It's amazing to look back and to see where we've come and to acknowledge it and sometimes to play in those emotions. But sometimes we can get stuck in those emotions of saying it was so much better back when. Back when will never ever happen again. You will never recreate it. You will never have the same people there. It was a moment in time. We are in this moment now. As awful and crappy as these current moments can be, we will never, ever have this exact same moment. That said, we also have the Fool. And again, very different depiction of the Fool. But he's still starting a new journey. Today we start a new journey to move forward. In an hour, you start a new journey to move forward. Because in an hour, this video that you just watched right now will be in your past. We are constantly starting new journeys. Even when we sometimes have to have the treat being like, here, come here. There's a treat. You can come get it. Because the dog is like, yeah, I'll take that steak. Thank you very much. Because sometimes we don't want to let the past go. And finally, this is the card that I was really happy came up because this changed my perspective of this card. So this is the Nine of Swords. And if you have been following other readers, if you read yourself, the Nine of Swords is typically depicted all about worry and anxiety and disaster. And that sometimes is true. But Susan Lynn just recently said, worry is worthless. I want you to think about that for a moment. When have you ever worried yourself out of a situation? I'm guessing you didn't worry yourself out. You found a solution. And this card, this Nine of Swords card in this depiction, look at all the craziness going on around him. Or this person. Yeah, this guy. But it can be anybody. And he's just sitting there chill. Yesterday, we got the stillness card. When we can take those moments, even when things are crazy all around us, and chill and take that moment of stillness, we regain our own power. And that is one of the things that is super important for all of us to do right now, is regain our power, even if it's just in a moment. Because the more we do that, the harder it is for others to take away our laughter, our joy, our healing, our love, our light. Think about this card again as where, in with all this chaos, where are you choosing to reclaim your power? And that is what I have for you today with the cards. Again, I don't normally do the tarot cards, but I really was called to do them today, and I think they were perfect for where we are. If you're still with me, you know I always end these sessions with a self-hug. If you are one of my current subscribers, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate you. If you are new and still hanging around, make sure you subscribe. And if you are a current subscriber or a new subscriber, also make sure you like this video. It really does help me, and it does help the algorithms of YouTube. All right, here is your self-hug. Make sure you give each side a hug, because you have a private side and a public side, and both sides of you could use some extra support and love. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.